Hi, Anthony here from West Coast Custom Concrete. The best in the West is at it again. We're in Norco, California. We're demoing out about 30 yards. That's my new dump trailer, Big Tex. That's a 7 by 14 4,000 GVW trailer. That's a Case 420 turboed with a SQ35 Susan 550-pound hammer. So I'm just busting through this out here. I'm taking about 30 yards out. There's some audio for you what the Susan sounds like. I can't say enough about these hammers. I mean, I never worry about what I roll up on. If it's 10 inches thick, rebar, wire, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to go right through it. I'm staging it here. I'm just putting it all in a pile. I don't put the bucket on and move it all. I just use the breaker and push it all into a pile. And then after I get all broken up, I'll just take the bucket and haul most of it. And then the stuff against the house, I'll take in big pieces like this right here. I'll just get it out away from the house so I can just get it. It's up under the lip. This is going to be a wood stamp, 30 yards, 2-color, dust-in release, antiqued. This is going to be one of the hottest jobs I've done, I'm pretty sure. This is a horse property. She has about 6, 7 horses out there. So I'm just pushing it all in a pile here and breaking it all. We're going to hang the air conditioner and pour under it and then drop it back down after we pour it, maybe about a week later. So I'm doing front and backyard here. There's going to be a huge patio that goes down to the barn. I'm just flipping this over, just like I said, just staging it all. I never have to worry. If you buy the right stuff, you never have to worry about what you come across. I mean, there's no pallet forks. There's no banging a hole in it and getting under it with a bucket. It's just, I mean, that's just being a jackass. Just get a hammer. I've hit them all. I don't think there's any comparable to a Susan. Both of the ones I have, it doesn't matter to me what I come up across. I'm loading this out now. You guys will see the new trailer I bought. It's a Big Tex. It's a 7 by 14 14,000 GVW. I'm estimating I'm getting right around just under 5 yards in it, probably 4.5 comfortably. But some of the stuff was thick, so when I measured it, it might be a solid 5 yards in it. I'm not sure. And coming up, we're at the dump. I'll show you how it dumps over with a full load. I overloaded it a couple times too to see what it would do and how it towed. I have Milton Jr. get in the back and he'll fill the voids. This is Riverside County. This is Philadelphia dump off the 15 to the 60. I'd never been there before. I'm usually only Orange County. Here's the first load I did. I did a lighter load in it to make sure it towed right, and I honestly think my tractor and breaker and everything in the back's heavier than this load. That's a smaller load. I wanted to test it out. I took out about 15 yards. I just did three loads. I did three loads that day by noon. With the right kind of equipment, the right team, the right everything, this is just, there's nothing hard about it. And when you put in big pieces back there, you just throw a guy back there with a sledgehammer and break in and fill the voids in. I'm just pulling all this stuff away from the house. And I graded it all that day too. Had it all cut. It goes all the way to that red barn. That'll be the next video. And then the whole front yard next. I got some really cool stuff coming up. It's the best concrete stuff on YouTube. I mean, it's bar none. It's not even close. It's getting stupid. And I've been disenchanted with it since I've been doing this because I hadn't done it for about 4 or 5 years prior to very often until I started doing the YouTubes. Now I'm just hitting my stride where I'm into it and I want to go out there and I want to work. So I should be putting the most badass stuff on YouTube coming up. And I was already doing it without even trying. See, I just got Milton Jr. in the back. He'll just sledge that stuff. You get a really good load on it. The 16-foot trailer, ironically, was only $300 more than the 14-foot, but I just didn't need a 16-footer. That's a pretty good load there. I'd say that's pretty close to 5. But next time I go to Yule's, my friend works, so I'll throw it on the scale. I'll know exactly how much I have in there. We're just continually demoing this out. This case and that Susan is just it's a monster setup. But I've hit all the breakers in I don't think that thing hits like an 800-pound breaker. It's a 550, and the other one I have on the S70 is a 350 pound. And this is a low pro trailer. It only has 2-foot sides and it's really low to the ground. It's only 28 inches off the ground. Dump trailers are quite pricey these days. That was 10 grand plus tax and all the BS came to about 11. That's just the going rate. I saw cut on the fence, so I had to put the breaker back on because I didn't want to rip it up and spall the other side. So I just put the breaker on and zipped it right on where I saw cut it. And this is out front. This is the front yard. That whole walkway I take out the next day. I didn't take it that day. I just did 3 loads, 3 dump runs, and I started about 8:30 and I was done at noon. I'll take this walkway here, but I do the walkway the next day. That'll be in the other video when I pour all this out front. And you just flip them over, just grab them in big pieces. If you don't have a guy with you to go in the back and sledge it, probably just break it. And then on the ground, you got to hand load the last couple pieces. I just flip it up and over and getting an angle at it. I mean, this is a guy that's a concrete plumber. It's not even a Bobcat operator doing this, and I can make this look so easy that so can everybody who does it. They just need to get a visual of how to go about it. I loaded a little bit heavier on this load. I think this is the 3rd load I did. Yeah, that's a bigger load. See how thick some of the pieces are. Dumps it up and over, no problem. I don't have to charge the battery or nothing on the trailer. I'll show the system in another video. Thank you very much for watching The Best in the West.